given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in the business.
Hey guys, what's happening? Race here with another video from Hippo Nation. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different. So Gary Vaynerchuk was doing his Tea with Gary V show this week, and he was mentioning to a guy, hey, we should start Sell Stuff Saturday for all those who like to sell things online like ourselves. And I figured, you know what, start that tradition. And today what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to teach you guys how to get started selling on eBay, because that might be that might be a thing on a lot of your minds. Pretty much, since during this time in the world you can't really go out and buy things to sell yourself on eBay. So how do you get started? How can you start making yourself money and just have a little bit of extra income? In one simple sentence, I'm gonna say this, and right after that you can just take it for what it's worth and shut off the video, or you can keep going and I can show you how to walk through this process. But start off by selling things in your house that you don't need. That's pretty much the best way I can summarize it. But if you guys want some examples of the process that I do that, go ahead and stick around, and thanks so much for watching. So, when I first started doing this, I basically went around my house and I just started trying to find stuff to sell that I either didn't want or didn't need. So for example, if we look over here, you see I have a few vinyl albums, a pop, and my coffee mug. So, now, if I didn't like these vinyl albums, for example, the Blink-182 California album, I would probably list this on eBay and just get a little bit of profit from it. However, I like it, I love having it, and it's a good piece of artwork in my room, so I like to keep it. However, on the other hand, a place that you might not consider looking at to start off is maybe your closet. All of these clothes, for example. Most of the time you don't really wear all the clothes that you have in your closet, or you don't really use them or need them, so closet can be a really good place to start. So, let's kind of take a look here. So, alright, I've got all my dress clothes. I need those for work. But then I've also got like some different shirts. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, big fan. Some other jerseys, just regular t-shirts, etc. and so forth. Like I said, I've been doing this for a while, so I've gone through my house multiple times just to make sure that there's nothing that I'm not holding on to things I don't need, essentially. So for myself, a lot of these shirts I'll probably hang on to. But for example, let's take a look here. So, okay, I bought this dress shirt for work a couple of years ago. Guys, it's still got the tags on it. Do I need this? No. Should I sell it? Yes. So, let's put it in the sell pile. Right onto my bed. Okay, so that's just one example of a process I would go about in order to like look through your closet. That's one really good place to do it. And however, my parents actually were going through their house and pretty much gave me another thing to sell because they just want to get rid of it. And it is this super sweet, really heavy fur coat. Oh, what brand is that? It looks like it was made in England. What is that called? Colony. Exclusively for the Globe. I don't know what brand that is, but you know, I'm gonna look it up, and I'll keep you guys updated on how we do. So let's add to the sell pile. Now another thing that another place you could consider looking around in your house is places like your basement. Your garage is a really good one if you have a ton of tools. Tools go for quite a bit of money. Electronics, like you've probably been heard me saying for a while now, electronics are really a hot commodity. If you see up here, I have an Xbox. However, I'm currently fixing that Xbox. It's kind of a new hobby I started. I try to fix some things, see if I can make them work, because it's just something new to learn. I've also got a controller and another old Xbox up there. I'm kind of a collector of that kind of thing, so I like to keep those. However, if I was not a collector and I wasn't using those, I would go ahead and sell them off, make some really quick profit. But, you know, if things keep getting worse, I need to make extra money, well, there's an option right there. However, I do see a couple of other things on my shelf. I see a lava lamp, a fan, and a Blackhawks hat. Guess what, guys? I don't use any three of those things. I actually looked through before this video. I know, I kind of cheated a little bit. And I found those things ahead of time because that lava lamp I haven't plugged in a year. That fan I actually just found under my futon. That's another place to look under your couches, look under your beds. Awesome place to look for stuff to sell. And that Blackhawks hat. I'm not even a Blackhawks fan. So, all three of those things are going into my listing pile. So, that, the fan, probably have to clean it off a little bit, and, of course, the lava lamp be cautious if you're selling glassware and stuff like this, especially with liquid in it. It can be very tough to sell, very tough to ship, so just keep that in mind. And don't break it like I almost just did. So there's your sell pile so far, guys. So that's just like a couple of examples of how you can get started selling on eBay, like I said. Especially during this time when you can't really go out and buy things. Just looking through your house and finding different things is a really good way to just make some easy money. And like I said, just because you have it doesn't mean you have to sell it. If you absolutely love it and you cherish it and you want to keep hold on to it, by all means, go for it. I'm not saying sell stuff that you love because that's just heartbreaking, unless you have to and you make that determination yourself. But I don't know your business. It's your life, not mine. So that's just a little disclaimer I wanted to throw out there. Trying to see what else we have. So I also looked at my, let's see. So I found this. Phone cases. Old phone cases and old phones can be a really good thing to sell for profit on eBay or Amazon or Mercari. So, this was an old phone case given to me by a friend, and it's really cool because it fits around an iPhone 7, plus my phone is giant, and it's got a little slide in the back so that you can put like your phone, your debit cards, credit cards. Ladies, I know if you, instead of carrying around a purse or a wallet or a small money clip, this might be a good option for you just because I know by convention that I know a lot of girls who use this exact phone case, believe it or not. So this might be a target market for them. And even for myself, I used to use this phone case pretty often, but the problem is it's not as protective as I'd like it to be. So that's why I don't use it anymore. But for someone who's looking for a convenient way to carry around their stuff and protect their phone at the same time, this might be a good option. So let's see what else we got here. None of this is really available to sell. Okay. Another place that I actually just remembered, I have a big collection of movies, most of which I don't watch anymore, some of which I've never watched before at all, and some of them still might be in their casing. So, where these movies are located, I just realized, and I didn't even think about it till now because I just saw it. Ottomans, hutches, things like that. So let's take a look in there, actually, really quickly. Let me get some stuff out of the way. Look at that, guys. A whole bunch of movies, things like that I could probably turn around and sell. Wow, I've got an old Kindle in here. I didn't know about that. Is it broken? Oh, yeah. Corner's kind of scratched up right there, if you guys can see that okay. But still, things like that still sell for broken. Let's see, I've got a few movies. So I've actually looked these up before, and they're actually worth quite a bit of money, but Ed, Edd n Eddy Season 1, I love Ed, Edd n Eddy. That was my favorite cartoon growing up, so I wouldn't sell this, but it's going for like $50, $60 on eBay the last time I checked. Just for a DVD, like, that's crazy. So, look everywhere and anywhere, guys, to see if there's things that you can sell throughout your house that you don't really need anymore, and even things that you wouldn't even really think of actually sell for quite a bit. Jewelry is a really good one. Action figures, wallets, believe it or not, sell for pretty good money. Movies, video games. I have a pretty big pile of video games in here that I should probably go through. However, I gotta finish some of those video games because I don't want to sell them and not finish them. But however, that's also a really good method I like to do. If you guys are looking to save a little bit of money in the long run, and so for example, if you want to buy the new Call of Duty coming out and it's $60, say, and you have a whole bunch of video games that you don't even play anymore and you're just kind of like, sell those old video games and use the profit that you make to buy it toward that new Call of Duty, because then basically you're just saving money over the long run, because every time you buy a game you don't have to actually spend the full $60. You might only spend $20 because you sold all your other video games you don't play anymore on eBay, and you use that profit to buy the other game. So it's almost like an interchangeable library, and in the future, if you want that game back, you can always go on eBay and buy it again and sell the old games that you don't want. So that's just kind of a process I use. I even do that with some of my clothes sometimes. Some of my nicer clothes that I have that I don't wear anymore, I like to sell those on eBay and use that profit to buy other clothes. So for example, last summer I had a Manchester United pullover. I thought I liked it. I wore it a couple times. It just wasn't what I was looking for. So I sold it and I used it to buy, I believe it was an Adidas hoodie. Yeah, so I mean I made $20 on the pullover and I only had to like pay $20 for the hoodie. So it evens out quite nicely. So guys, I hope that helped a little bit. Like I said, this is just a simple way for you to get started selling on eBay in the time when the world is just worrying about COVID. and ways you can just stay in the house and still make some money, and ways you can also recycle some of your stuff in order to buy new stuff. So I hope that helped, guys. I hope you learned something new. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions or just want to know about anything within the eBay selling game in general, just leave them down in the comments below. I've been Bryce with Hippo Nation, and have the best day of your life, and take care, everybody.